Ta-da! We are going live. Okay, so welcome back to another edition of Hello Tribe Builder. I am here with Charmaine Phillips, better known as Boots' mama. Hi.
Hello.
Now, Charmaine hates being on video, so I feel very honoured that she's doing this interview with me. Charmaine, tell us a bit about what your business is.
So my business is, I'm a freelance artist. So basically my business is me. And really, really simply, it's me and I draw. And I draw for myself and I draw for other people. I do commissions, I do illustrations. And yeah, that's what I do.
Okay, and tell me, why did you join Tribe Builder? So you tell me your version and then I'll share my version.
Then you'll tell them the truth. Okay, so Julie bullied me into joining Tribe Builder. She went, I had this really excellent program that would really benefit your business and what you're doing, Charmaine. I think you'd be great for it. And I was like, I had a look and I was like, do you know, it looks really, really excellent, but no, thank you. And she's like, no. Actually, do you know what, Charmaine? It's really good. Have a look at it properly. And I looked at it and I was like, it really would. But I was like, no, I'm not ready for it. It's really out of my comfort zone. It's way out of my depth. I'm not there yet. And you were on my case. And I really like you. So I was like, okay, let me give it a try. What's the worst thing that can happen?
Yeah.
It's probably the best thing I've ever done, or you've ever done for me, should I say, because I wouldn't have done it if you hadn't have been on my case at all. And I remember actually for the first week going, I've signed up for this course. I really don't want to do it. They've got a live call like in an hour. I don't want to do it. How do I get out of it? To one of my other friends. And she's like, don't be so stupid. Go and see what happens. So up until the very first time of doing a live call with Tribe Builder Group, I was not convinced and was completely, utterly sold that it just wasn't for me. And I was going to hide in the corner.
So the context for this is we used to work together, didn't we, for a local authority. You were in the arts team, I was in the Olympics team. And so we knew each other. We would just kind of have a laugh in the office and stuff like that. And then we both went off and had kids. And I saw your artwork just kind of come out, on social media. And I was always such a massive fan. But I was always like just secretly frustrated by... just by your progress, really, from a business perspective. Like, you are one of the most incredible artists I've ever come across, and I come from an arts background. I used to be an arts myself, so your stuff is really bloody good, but I could tell you wasn't making a lot of money from it, or not the kind of money that you should have been.
Yeah. And
that's where I was really frustrated. And when I come up with Tribe Builder, I designed it for people like you. And so when I knew I had like an early bird price and it was going to be super, super cheap, and I had a mate's rate, I was like, I've got to get Charmaine on this. Like, what can I do to convince her? And I was like, you'll make your money back and blah, blah, blah. And then eventually you decided you would.
I didn't decide I would. You just made me.
Yeah. So can you describe what you've achieved in the last 12 weeks?
Oh my God. Do you know what? I actually can't describe it to make people understand, but I'll have a good go. It is the best thing I've done for my business. In kind of just being really, really honest and blunt, I've made more money since making my pilot. Even before I launched the pilot with you guys, everything that I've done since speaking with you, including my blog, which is probably the best, not my blog, my bio, sorry, which is probably the best thing I've ever done, other than my pilot for my business, has just seen me go a step up, a step up, a step up with all things I probably knew before, but just didn't have the courage or the conviction to believe in. So Tribe Builder has made me understand that I'm my business, and I've got to tell people, I've got to tell people the story of why I'm doing what I'm doing, more than just my art. And people have bought into that. They've bought into Boots Mama as a movement and badged as a movement, as opposed to, oh yeah, she draws nice pictures. That's kind of cool. I've had so much positive feedback, not just even in this country, from people in the States. I've sold my badges in the States. I've had people offer me to do illustrations for books and they've been published and had their stuff in Waterstones and WH Smith's. I've known these people before, but I've not had a business interaction with them like this ever before. And it's all off the back of Tribe Builder.
And that was because of, we worked very specifically on your bio. That was one of the things that your art absolutely speaks for itself. But what was missing was you. We didn't know
Yes.
enough about who you was, what your reasons were, and people needed to know a story. They needed to buy into what it is, the world problem. We speak a lot about the world problem that you're solving. And sometimes artists, and I know this working as an artist, is we think that what we do is frivolous and nice and a little bit, prettifying the world. But actually, given the context of where we are in the world at the moment, with all the politics that's going on, we need things to believe in and we need things that bring us joy. And actually, I think once you tuned into that, you saw that your work actually has real purpose.
100%.
Yeah. And so we identified that one of the problems was that people don't buy bespoke art because they are afraid, they don't know the rules, they don't feel like they're the kind of person that buys bespoke art. So talk us through how you come up with the idea for Badged.
I should have practiced this. I knew he was going to ask me. So the idea behind Badged was, well, there was a lot of talking about it, because one of the major reasons I do art for a job and call myself Boots Mum is because of my son. And a lot of the stuff to do with Badged is to encourage not only people that don't think art's for them, it's for young people to get into buying art from a young age. Because my whole thing is, I think the way that you see the world is often reflected in art. Like, you will look at art and be like, well, you should see yourself, you should see things that you care about. I want to leave stuff in the world for my son when I'm gone. I want him to see a tangible thing, or people around him to know and see visual stuff that represents the stuff I believe in, the stuff I want him to believe in, and the kind of space I want him to live in. And Badged was all of those kind of cool things rolled into one. It was getting young people or people not on a high income to buy bespoke limited edition, and they really are limited. There's like 16 of each series, and that's it. Once they're gone, they're gone. Actually, I was on a phone call just now and someone said, what if someone said, I want 5,000 of those tomorrow at £10, would you sell them? Would you do them? Would you make them? And I said, no.
Yeah.
Like, the whole point is that they're limited edition. It doesn't matter that they're very, very cheap. You've got a bespoke piece of art in your house by me, signed, dated, and numbered.
Yeah.
I've not seen that before.
Yeah.
And that came out from me and you discussing all the kind of things I wanted to do with my art, like speak to people, give people a voice, to buy into something that if they didn't want to speak about it themselves, they could just wear it.
Yeah.
You can just look at it and know that you're sharing a worldview with somebody without saying much.
Yeah. And how has that changed from, like, financially, how has that changed your view of how commercial your work could be without selling out, like without
completely massively. I remember having the heebie-jeebies about them costing £10. I was like, oh my God, they're so expensive. I couldn't possibly, no one will ever buy. And actually, not one person has batted an eyelid. There's people that have bought the whole series without batting an eyelid, and I would have not to say I haven't got a concept of what art costs, because I see other artists, but for me, me putting myself in that bracket, no way, not before I spoke to you, not before you actually forced us to do a pilot. I wouldn't. You can say a lot of things to people, but until you make them walk down the road and see it for themselves, sometimes it just doesn't stick. And it so has stuck with me, because it's just, I can see the proof in the pudding. It's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really, really changed my mindset.
Yeah. And how has it felt being in a group with other entrepreneurs? Because you're the only artist really in the group, aren't you?
I'm the only artist in the group with loads of coaches, which is fantastic for me, because they are massively supportive. They know the right things to say. They can tell that I'm a bit nervy with some things, and they kind of gently lift me up. It's very, 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 very cool. And also let me understand that it's not just me and my craft that gets nervous and icky about money, or not thinking they're good enough to do stuff. I've seen people who from the outside looking in, I'm like, you're so polished, like Breeder, like today. She's so polished. She seems to have her stuff so well together. But she was like, oh, I'm nervous. I've made a mistake. I don't know what to do. Da, da, da. And I was like, it was so comforting to find that happens to all of us at whatever level it appears we're at. It's very, very powerful, the group. I can't stress that enough, actually. And I'm not a group person. I'm really not a group person, but it's amazing.
Yeah.
It's really amazing.
Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about the accountability? Because I do softly bully people a little bit, don't I, with my challenges?
You don't bully people. You put people in a position where they actually have to give you a very good reason not to do what you ask them to do. And often there's not that reason.
Yeah.
There isn't a reason, because you'll just blatantly ask. You'll be like, okay, can you do this? And the answer 99.9% of the time is yes, with ease. Like, I told you my bio. No, I didn't actually tell you my bio. You were talking about bios, and then you said, tell me why you're called Boots Mama. So I told you the story, and you went, that's your bio. And I was like, no, it isn't.
Yeah.
It's rubbish. And you're like, no, it isn't. Why is it rubbish? This is you. Da, da, da. Just those words.
Yeah.
And I'm like, so no, you're not a bully. You just talk very straight, and you say stuff that's in my head that I need to hear from someone else, I think.
Yeah. So obviously we're in the middle of kind of recruiting for new members for Tribe Builder, and you've decided to stay in the group. What are you looking forward to over the next 12 weeks?
I'm looking forward to seeing what I do grow into like a business that I can rely on, and a business that is a bit more stable. I can't wait to kind of get my feet stuck into something, because I didn't actually expect it to work for me. I thought I would get information, but I didn't expect to get a financial lift like I have. Like I said, I haven't earned this amount of money since I think I've been self-employed in 1 month. Yeah. I really don't think I have. So I'm excited to see that happen again, or grow and get myself on a path where I just keep moving upwards.
Yeah. And in terms of people that are watching this video thinking, oh, I might join, I might not join, what can people expect in terms of the process?
You can expect to not be able to hide. You can expect a whole heap of support in a way that you really, really need it. And it's not scary. Like, I'm pretending that you're a bully, but you're not. It's actually very, very warm, down to earth support that you need, and a space where you're comfortable to kind of test stuff out and say stuff and bounce stuff off other people that you probably wouldn't even get an opportunity to meet otherwise. I wouldn't have met any of the other people on the course, or anybody at that stage in their various other careers. Yeah. That they have outside their own personal businesses, and they come with so much knowledge and so much information that's just kind of invaluable to somebody like me. And I think because I know a few people that have businesses that are successful in terms of their profile, but not financially, and I feel like that's kind of what I was like. Yeah. All I can say is you will but I think you're very likely to make back the money that you invest in this. And if you really, really just kind of throw your hands up in the air and go, right, I'm just going with it, you're definitely going to get your money back, raise your game, and have a solid direction, and make your business a financially viable thing, instead of just like, oh, well, I do this and da 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 da. Like, when I decided to come on Tribe Builder, I was in the process of applying for other jobs, because I was really on my face, and I don't have to do that now. Yeah. And I don't know how long that's going to last, but with my mental attitude changing, I don't see me having to go back and working for somebody else. Yeah.
And I think a lot of entrepreneurs feel like that. At whatever level they're at, there becomes these moments where you go, cash flow is so bad, I may have to go and get a proper job. I don't think that's just unique to artists. I think that's across the board, because the payoff feels like I'm putting all this effort in and I'm just not getting the financial reward. So I think a lot of people will identify with that.
Yeah. I feel like you've got to believe in your process, because it does feel so, if you're not used to this kind of stuff, it feels so strange at the beginning, but if you just believe in it and go with it, it really, really does work.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think on that positive note, we're gonna close up. Where can people find out more about your artwork, your commissions, and your badges? Have you got any badges left?
I have sold out of nearly 3 of the series. So I have no Nipsey, I have no Crowned, that sold out in about 5 days.
Yeah.
And I only have one sheath. So I have about 20 badges left out of 100 and something. So if you want some, you need to really get at me very soon. And you can find me on Instagram. You can just search at Boots Mama, which is BOOTZMAMA. And I'm on Facebook and Instagram.
Cool. Thank you. You have been a joy on the programme. You have, even though you've been resistant and a bit like shy and not, you know, finding it the most comfortable of experiences, you have also thrown yourself into it and just given it a go. And you've reaped the rewards. And I just feel so excited for what's coming next for you. And just, I feel really like chuffed that in years to come, when you're super successful, I can go, I helped a bit with that.
A bit, you've helped. I can't thank you enough. Seriously, you've helped so much. My whole attitude is different. And I feel like because I've changed the way I think about me, the people around me have changed the way that they think about what I'm doing as well.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's really important because, you know, the whole premise of Tribe Builder is not just about you as a leader. It's about how you lift people up with you. So that's super, super powerful. Okay, so anybody watching this interview that is thinking, yep, I want a bit of what she's just got, you need to join Tribe Builder. The early bird finishes this Friday, and you can find out more at www.tribebuildernetwork.com. If you've got any questions, just reach out to me either on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, or you can email me at julie@juliecreffield.com. Charmaine, I look forward to seeing you in the group. And just seeing, you know, what you come up with next.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, love.
Bye.
Bye.